How do you cope with being physically unattractive? I do what I can. I'm never going to be Henry Cavill, but if I keep my hygiene up and take care of my skin, dress decently and work on social skills etc, then I can get a lot of the benefits that raw attractiveness gets you. I can get the social standing. I can get the professional opportunities etc if I maximize what I'm working with. It's not a reason to give up on yourself. It's a reason to be proud of everything you earn, because you know you didn't get given it because someone found you attractive. I wear a mask all the frickin' time, fully taking advantage of it being the norm now, and I can cover my mouth because it's my biggest insecurity. As a teenager I had a bad dentist who gave me a bunch of root canals but never put crowns on them, so after 20 years they just fell apart and people immediately assume I'm a drug addict. So now on top of being agoraphobic I don't even want to open my mouth to speak to people. Having my mouth covered all the time makes this much easier since I'm forced to interact with humans on a somewhat daily basis. Also I spend a lot of time inside my head telling myself I'm garbage. And I use the internet to help boost my minimal self-esteem for the rest of my body because apparently chubby girls are something a decent sized group of people like. Sorry I'm bad at this kind of advice, but it's honest. Look up Shane McGowan and then remind yourself that Toothless Head has been in between more sets of legs than everybody in this thread combined. At my work, car mechanic, we have this guy. He's ugly as heck, bald, very obese, thick glasses, protruding ears, tiny nose, ginger. This guy got it all, but he's still absolute Chad. When the workday starts, he bursts into the room, says something funny, heads straight to the light switches and turns on all the lights. It's such a powerful movement, truly asserts dominance. I've never seen a man express his emotions the way he does, freely, genuinely. He's full of humor, never hesitates to crack a joke, even when doing the most boring work. This guy is fully aware of his situation. He knows full well that he's always the ugliest person in the room. He probably heard every single fat joke, bald joke, ginger joke or any other insult possible. He talks about his weight openly whenever someone mentions it, which doesn't happen often, because everyone is intimidated by him. He doesn't even blink or show the slightest signs of discomfort. I think I might know who is this generation's Buddha. I lied to myself. I made exaggerated remarks about how beautiful I was. I didn't believe them. They made me laugh and reminded me how absurd it is that looks determine our worth in this world aside from other factors. I deliberately looked ugly and called it beautiful or at least normal. This calmed me down a lot. I took the power back. I defined what my looks meant to me and it didn't even have to be a true or accurate definition. It just had to make me feel good. Hairy arms, amazing stuff, dry lips, freaking great, hair loss, exquisite, dark circles, chic. You get the idea. We all look pretty bizarre if you look at someone for way too long, which if you're asking about looks, perhaps you're looking at yourself way too long. I still don't actually think I'm all that beautiful, but I don't feel so ugly anymore. I think this did help me. I hope you'll find something that helps you. Good luck. What can you do? You just get on with it. If I cared that much I'd hit the gym and stop eating like crap, but hey, I'm too lazy. Almost anybody can be made presentable if they take pride in their appearance and try to dress as nicely as they can reasonably do. Nicely does not mean fancy or expensive. Just don't be a slacker or a mess. Be organized. Do real things with real people. Join clubs. Take part in public activities. Most importantly, be more than your looks. I was weedy. I worked out. I missed out on regular sport, football, rugby etc. But I did other sports, mountain biking, skiing, sailing etc. I had dancing lessons. You don't often need that skill, but ugly as frick doesn't matter if you can dance. Ballroom, and modesty, being able to laugh at yourself, don't gossip, etc. And, get the nicest glasses, have your teeth straightened, good haircut, make the most of what you have. Oh yes, poise and posture, sit and stand straight. If you sort your core muscles out you will have a good gait. For those of you who are ugly, hygiene is everything. Dress nice, keep your hair clean, make sure you don't smell, keep your teeth brushed and white, wear cologne perfume, nails trimmed, skin scrubbed, face washed, and walk confidently. Those things alone can turn a 2-stroke 10 into a 7-stroke 10. My dog thinks I'm the most important person in her world. She doesn't judge me. That helps me deal with being old, ugly, broken and unwanted. Personality overrides physicality every time. Someone can be the most attractive person in the world, but an ugly personality can kill any attraction in a nanosecond. Other people have mentioned hygiene, but also be a good person, have good communication skills, and have some hobbies and interests that you are passionate about. And frankly, people are freaky. Are you too skinny, too fat, an amputee? Are you a nerd? Do you have acne? There's probably a fetish for whatever you deem as unattractive. Unattractiveness, is that even a word, is subjective. We all see beauty in different ways. However, we are biased based on our culture. Sometimes we feel non-attractive when we don't fit the beauty standards of our time and culture. So, keep that in mind. Also, we can feel non-attractive when we have a low self-esteem. So I'd say to deal with that first. What makes you think you're not attractive? What are the things about you that you find attractive and how can you enhance them? Physical appearance isn't the only factor that makes us attractive. It can be, at first sight, but in the long run isn't that important. Character, a good character, in that case, will play a major role on our beauty and in the way we are perceived. Egoistic people, for example, are ugly to me, not only internally but externally as well. And kind people seems more beautiful and attractive. Kindness is really, really sexy. So my advices are, take care of you, inside and out. Do the things you enjoy. Treat yourself as you would treat the person you love the most, because you should be the person you love the most, and treat yourself as you deserve. Use the tools that bring out the best in you, be it a soap or a book or anything in between. Know yourself and invest in yourself. Dress in a way that makes you feel awesome and the ruler of this all, the most beautiful, sexy, intelligent. Insert here the adjective you want to be perceived as. There is. Don't accept anything else. Spend time feeling attractive. Pay attention to yourself and name what is beautiful in you. Focus on that. Build on top of that. Hope this helps. I wish you all the best. Thanks. Well written and needed to hear that. Focus on things you can control. Your hygiene, grooming, fashion, etc. Develop hobbies and interests. Make yourself interesting to talk to. And most importantly, learn to be self-aware and comfortable with yourself. At that point you might still be mediocre looking, but at least you have an attractive personality. Honestly, 1. Convincing yourself that you're attractive does wonders. I had the lowest self-esteem for most of my life, but now I think I'm hot as frick. 2. Basic hygiene and grooming. It doesn't matter how ugly I think I look, I always feel a million times better after showering, shaving, brushing my teeth, moisturizing, styling hair, and putting on clean clothes. 3. Do things to actively make you feel more attractive. Not so other people think you're hot, but when you look in the mirror you go damn, I'm hot, cause who cares about what other people think? Try a new hairstyle, use makeup, even if you're a guy, even if you're a macho man. Try filling in your eyebrows or a light mascara, trimming your beard or mustache in a different way, a top that you think looks nice. Sometimes when you think you're unattractive, you get stuck in a cycle of I'm ugly, so I'm going to hide my body and not care about my appearance, which leads to you being even more depressed. Learn to stop caring what other people think of you, and live your best life. MAT. I don't cope. I acknowledge that I'm ugly, and that not being ugly is important to me. Then I do what I can to change it. Or if I can't change it, I acknowledge that it matters and that I wish I could change it. Don't lie to yourself. Change starts with honesty. Heard a comedian on a podcast say, life got better when I quit spending time on people that didn't want to F me and started to spend time on the people who did. Maybe it's 20% of eligible people, but you have a 100% chance if you play it correctly. 20% is extremely generous. That's more like what a slightly above average guy might have. If this guy, I assume they are a guy because they normally are, is genuinely not very attractive at all, it's more like 2% if he's lucky and more likely to be below 1%. Get sad. because it sucks because I know I'm not really worth anything in general, but I actually take care of myself. Like I shower every day. I take care of my skin. I'm not fat. I dress decently. I do basic hygiene practices, yet I'm still not good enough and never will be. Honest answer here. By understanding what about you makes you seem unattractive. Have you seen pics of supposedly attractive people without makeup on? Some of them look hideous. It's all about how you present yourself. Dress well. Avoid loose baggy clothes. If you're overweight, they make you look fatter than you are. Don't have unkempt hair. If you are a balding dude, consider going fully bald. If you have a beard, make sure it's neat and trim. A well-trimmed beard can give your face a shape it may not have on its own. And yes, sadly getting in shape helps a lot. Take a look at our progress pics and see how much more attractive people look once they've lost a bunch of weight. There is also a lot to be said for confidence being attractive. If you exhibit signs of hating yourself, it shows, consciously or subconsciously. Get as attractive you can and then fake it till you make it. Just lie to yourself. It works wonders. You won't believe how many successful people, actors, comedians, sports stars, do just this. Deep down they're always scared and always unsure of themselves, but they never let it show. If you consider yourself a 2/10, these tips may not get you to a 9, but can certainly get you up to a 5 or 6 and put you in the running. But also try to change your own thinking. A lot of unattractive people, sadly, are the most judgmental about other people's attractiveness. I know many people who would consider themselves 3/10 who only want to be friends with someone who is at least a 7. Why? Imagine all the great people you could have in your life that you might turn away just based on their attractiveness. It's crazy. So take your own experiences and learn from them and change how you view relationships of all sorts. I try to care for and show compassion to the other people who are considered to be ugly in some way. The mentally ill, the homeless, drug addicts, elderly, and the obnoxiously judgmental religious and political folk. When I do it, I feel beautiful. I hope though in the next life, I can be visually beautiful. Probably vain of me, but to know that you are ugly hurts so much, especially if you are a girl. I cannot imagine being loved in spite of my body, forever. Once you realize people are more focused on their own appearance to worry about yours, things get easier. Conventional unattractiveness feels like you are wearing a big beacon on your head, belly, whatever. Thing is, everyone has their demons. There are more beacons than there are not. Also, for me, don't call me beautiful or handsome when I am clearly not. While coming from a good place, it just seems disingenuous. Almost like someone who is depressed being told that their life isn't crap. It is crap. They are depressed. However, that doesn't mean things can't get better. Some people can get fit. Others can work on their personality. Nothing worse than being a piece of crap and looking like one too. Low physical attractiveness can be somewhat compensated for with an attractive personality, which I know everyone says. But I'm not saying that if you are super nice then people will find you attractive from across the room. Your lack of physical attractiveness just means you need to approach things differently. It's cliche, but beauty is in the eye of the beholder. No segues for anyone who thinks of commenting about how amazing they are but it still doesn't work. You're probably not that amazing. Really reflect on what you do and say. What you think is nice could come across as creepy. I try to remember that I look pretty similar to my dad, and my mom was fairly attractive when she fell in love with him. People can often get past appearances. It's not universal by any means, but it's certainly a thing. I use the scientific method. Observation. I am ugly. Hypothesis. I am ugly. Experiment. I go visit my grandma. Results. I am called handsome. Theory. I am handsome. I cannot overstate how much a good personality outweighs attractiveness. On many occasions I've become completely drawn to people who at first glance didn't appear to fit my ideal of conventional attractiveness. But within 5 minutes of becoming exposed to their fantastic personality have thought they're the hottest human in existence. Much the same way that an objectively hot guy becomes totally unattractive to me if they have an ugly personality. And just to repeat something I saw on Reddit a few days ago, even if 99% of the world think you're unattractive, there's still 76 million people who think otherwise. I cope by reminding myself that Isaac Newton died a virgin. So, if I can impact the world and improve it the way he did, it should make it all worth it. Considering that I can't pass an online class to save my life, that's a long shot. I accepted that I am not everyone's cup of tea. I focus on feeling healthy and doing things for myself instead of trying for others. 1. Funny. 2. I lost a bunch of weight and got hot. Realize it isn't all it's cracked up to be. 3. Instead of worrying about how ugly I am, I assume everyone is attracted to me, which makes it easier for me to be friendly to people. Sometimes you gotta write the narrative. Take solace in 3 things. 1. Attractiveness has no correlation to happiness. 2. You'll never have to suffer through attractive people problems. Yes, they exist. 3. If people like you, then it is because of you, not because you are pretty. I've learned that no matter what it is, everyone has one part of them that looks at least somewhat physically attractive. It could be their smile, their eyes, their hair, their figure. Everyone has something. I just get on with my life. I don't date or pursue romantic relationships, but that's about the only thing being unattractive has taken from me. There are times when being unattractive has helped me. I went out to a Halloween event with a dress that had a neckline that went down to my waist and slits up to the crotch. Lot of double stick tape was used. Do you know how many men spoke to me? 0. If I was good looking, I would have had to deal with men all night. I can walk around at 2 AM dresses like that and not worry being kidnapped, drugged, none of that. Of course, I still do get the random "you're ugly" when I'm out and about, but as I age, that has lessened quite a bit. I'm very free to dress how I want and go out without much fear. In my career, I've found that as I've gotten older, what I look like is a non-issue. As long as I'm presentable, it doesn't matter too much. I take care of my appearance. Try to be myself and outgoing and assertive, and I trust that to the right person I'm attractive. Bro, there's nothing wrong with you. Groom yourself. Shower. Clean yourself up. Fix your posture. Make yourself smell good. Wear clothes that fit your style. Work out. Practice and become confident. That's all. Take care of you. Never met a person that wouldn't look physically attractive if they would only improve their body by working out and loving a healthy lifestyle. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.